What's up everyone, WizardKen here, and today we're actually going to be doing another map overview. I haven't done one of these in fucking forever, and I'm sorry about that, but you guys have been asking for it, and I'm going to do it. So, I reset up my recording system to be able to do it the way we used to do it in the past, so you guys can follow along and stuff like that. So we're going to start with some of these newer maps that came out. This one for today's video is going to be the Siegfried. This is the one I did with my T69 just the other day. It's a badass fucking map. I love this map. There's so many different ways you can play this map that, to be honest with you, there's really no right way to play the map. There are some rules kind of thing that you want to kind of watch out for, but pretty much this game is like, this map is like basically everybody's a cat, but everybody also is a mouse. Like, it's a cat and mouse kind of thing on this. At least that's how I portray it. And if you watch my T69 video, you could see how I kind of did a lot of attack moves with like being a cat kind of thing, like swooping around and this and that, and then as a mouse where I had to run and go in between buildings and stuff like that to get away. So anyway, so let's start on this. Of course, this map, when I got it, didn't have like the flags and stuff like that, so we're going to let's put the main flag right here, because that's, we're gonna mark this as a or make this as a regular encounter battle. It's not a standard one because I don't know if they put the standard battle in this one. Now if it is a standard battle, you would have started here and here kind of thing, and some people here, and yeah, anyways, so we're gonna just do the encounter battle like I did on my T69, and we're gonna talk about that real quick. Now, as you can see, we have the good guys on the top, and the poo-poos on the bottom, and then we have the flag that we have to capture. We'll just mark it green also, just because it's, yeah, it's for either team. So now, starting up here, we're just gonna go over like we used to, the light tanks, the mediums, heavies, and tank destroyers, and Arty. So what I would like to talk about is first light tanks. I'm not even going to really draw on here for the light tanks, because I'm going to tell you this. Light tanks, this is your playground, okay? You can do whatever you want on this. To be honest with you, you're going to get tons of spot points. But my suggestion to you, and what I've done with my light tank when I've played on this map, is I head right through here. I zigzag in and out, because the enemy team is going to be coming up this way to head into the town. No one has really learned about cutting and coming up the middle too much on the enemy team, or they sometimes go all the way around and come in over there near the main city. But light tanks, I would suggest coming through here, spotting what you can, zigzagging all the way back to our base, and then coming into the town and spotting and helping people shoot people. So that's pretty much it for a light tank. Okay, so now we're going to talk about like your mediums and heavy tanks, because they kind of go hand in hand in this map. There are some tanks, medium tanks, that can do some different things, that can act like a scout, kind of like your Patton, your M48 Patton and stuff like that. Tanks that have a decent amount of view range can do a lot of this other stuff, but majority of the time we're just going to say medium and heavy tanks should do about the same thing. Now, like I talked about with the light tanks, your enemy team is most likely going to come up through here. At least this is what I've seen on the Xbox. This is not for the PC, guys. If you're watching this and want map help for the PC, go to Quickie Baby. He's got a lot of these great videos for this, but that's strictly for the PC users, because the PC guys play it a lot differently than the Xbox players. So I would highly suggest you go in to watch him. Anyway, so the enemy team that I've seen so far is usually concentrated with moving their tanks up through here and coming into the town here. They come through here, and then they also come through right here. Wow, had a little bit of lag there for some reason on my computer. Anyways, so those are the three main spots I've seen that the enemy will come into. Now, there's a gate right here that blocks you from seeing them once you come up this way too, but this is the main spot. I don't see too many of them coming up this way at all. This is usually like their void spot, or maybe they might run back that way, but that's pretty much like a spot I've never seen enemies so far since these maps come out go up that way. Now remember, this is all figured to change because people are going to learn the maps differently, and we might have to do another video on this map because people are going to change the way they do things, especially if they watch my video or somebody else's video. They're gonna change their ways. So what I'm going to say for medium tanks and heavy tanks, I would say this is that since no one's usually going through this main gate, you still have to be careful just in case there is that random person. I like to come up through this way. Now there are like a concrete tank barriers that go all the way through here, just like this, and you have to find your way through this. There's like a little hole right here, around here somewhere, that you can go through, and I like going up either the main gateway, which is an okay spot. The only thing bad about it is your barrel can't angle down enough to really be effective against any enemies that are in here. You pretty much have to get up the ramp and then get inside before you can do anything. But if you come up this way, there is a couple little gaps between the wall that allow you to get up here and start shooting people. You have a focused area that you could shoot down this way, or you can go behind the building and fight this way. This is what I did against the T-28 and some other tanks that are coming up through here. So the nice thing too is also on that T-69 video is I had multiple enemies starting to come up through this way and in this middle area, and I could just back up and go through the little holes that I came in through, and then I started fucking with these guys. With my medium tank, I came up here, just spotted some people, seeing what they were doing. Then I left and went all the way around, and there's a little gap thing right here, little ramp thing you can go up, and then come behind these guys that are right here and destroy them. Or you can destroy the guys that are right here pretty easily. So this is a great spot to do like a maneuvering, maneuver around these guys and get the jump on them. I did that a couple of times. If you watch the T-69 video, there is where I take on a tiger. I get him on his backside over here and stuff like that. The T-28 thought it'd be cool to try to come after me, and then I came back up this way and killed him. This was where I was being the cat majority of the time, was right through here and stuff like that. This is okay for heavy tanks, but it's best for medium tanks to do this kind of situation. Now, I'm going to erase some of this. Now, you heavy tanks, there's some good spots for you to go, but you could come up this way and do this little entrance thing, like I said, here and also here. But I personally, as a heavy tank, I like coming up through here and riding this edge line, or even using this little hill area back here. I would say mostly that's for tank destroyers, but it's not bad for us either. But anyways, I love riding through here. Why? It's because I can look and see where tanks are. I can spot people, and by the time they turn to shoot at me, I'm already in the next section. So if I spot somebody that's right here, okay, and I was right there where that little dot is, okay, I just moved to the next dot. By the time he's got his barrel down there, I'm spotting his other buddy here and here as I keep moving up and down, and then I can figure out how I'm going to attack them, because if they're not facing me anymore, or they didn't even turn to face me, I can shoot them in the rear or in the front, whatever hits my fancy on that. But as you can see, I'm not trying to go through and just head on these guys right down the thing like we would do in Ensk, going down straight through into the town and stuff. This one, I'm actually keeping them bottled up. Think of this as this whole area as a trap zone. It's a trap. All of it. It's all a trap. Why? The reason why is because you could trap the enemy in here and you could fuck them over a lot. Because the other thing I was going to say too is some of your friends, if you're platooning together, this is a great opportunity for them to continue down here and do the same thing you were doing. It's blocking them in, okay? And then when you guys figure out kind of like where the enemy is in certain spots and stuff like that, that's when you start slowly pushing in. These guys are going to be, like, if there's an enemy here, like this, and you guys are right through, crap. And you guys are coming up right through here. This tank doesn't know which way to shoot at, okay? And then his reinforcements are going to come in, and they're going to come up here and try to fight at y'all and stuff like that, or even come up behind you and fight you like that. And then this is where your friends come in. And then they start pushing forwards. And then you've got them all bottlenecked in here. They don't know who to shoot at. They don't know what to shoot at. And you guys are just shooting them up like fish in a barrel. Now, like I said, nobody usually uses this back path too much. And that's just, yeah, that's just a fallback point. Like, if you really need to get back out of here, that's a good spot to have. But like I said, you medium and heavy tanks, you guys can surround a lot of this. Medium tanks, like I was showing the heavy tanks coming up through here, the medium tanks, this is great for you guys to come up right behind these guys and just pop them, because you're able to get in and out a lot quicker than half of these heavy tanks can. So like the E100s, they're gonna need your guys' support as much as possible when they can't back out of these situations. So this is a very, very team-oriented map. This is one that if you are doing the platoon wars, this is awesome for you guys. This is probably one of the best maps that you can get for them. Because talking about other maps, like the Abbey or Lakeview or anything like that, those maps have multiple ways that you can go around stuff. Even some of the newer maps that we got from the last update, not this current update, but the last one, there's so many ways for people to go that you won't know where they are. This one, it's pretty much all one route. There's nowhere for anybody to just run away and hide. There's no mountain in between that's one of your teammates has to go here, one has to go here. Especially in those platoon battles, that's a bitch to have to fuck with. This, you can control the battle a lot easier this way with this map. So keep that in mind. This is a really, really good map to be really strategic and plan out your moves with your friends. Alrighty, so we talked about the mediums and heavy tanks. Now let's talk about the tank destroyers and Arty. So now, as you can see, this is a pretty open area, but there are a lot of bumps that you can't make out right now. I wish I had an elevation chart in here, because it would be a lot easier for you guys to understand, like, the different elevations that you might face and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you this, starting out with tank destroyers, I mean, setting up through these little areas right here that I'm pointing out, really, I mean, that one might be a little bit too close to where they spawn at, but eventually you'll move there to get the Arty and stuff like that, because their enemy Arty is probably going to be sitting up here or sitting back here. They're not going to move too much closer because they'll be spotted from this town area, if I remember right. So, or the Arty's going to be back here. Anyways, you're going to want to set up a couple people, not everybody, just a couple, just to make sure that when your medium tanks are coming up to this front door here, then they're not getting flanked by that random tank that could come across and shoot them. Also, you're going to be watching out for the enemy tank destroyers that could be set up. Right here. You know, I've seen them set up there, some back here. I've even seen some set up right here before we could ever get to them. So, anyways, so yeah, I just read a thing going across my screen. I'm sorry. It was telling me my CPU was doing something. So anyways, that's what I would say with the tank destroyers. What you guys need to do is just help out your medium tanks this way. But majority of you guys, I would say, set up on this little hillside that's right through here. The reason why is because you have great shots, view lines, you know, down these freaking side streets like crazy. You know, depending on where you're setting up, you're gonna have great view range. Some of them, like this one, not too great, but this guy, I mean, you could see down quite a ways down some of these sections, and you could blow away the enemy tanks very easily. You are open to getting shot by Arty, because once you see somebody, they're gonna see you pretty much, especially after you shoot. So that is a bad spot for Arty to get you at, but it's a pretty safe bet to say you can get some deadly kills in here. Nobody needs to set up back here really, unless you notice that there's a medium tank starting to come up this way. Then these guys can just focus this way and deal with that enemy tank that's coming. Now for Arty, to be honest with you, there are some decent spots setting up on this side where to sit. Like, there is a spot here that are down behind a little hillside that actually could save you a little bit of time and you know, a little bit of time to get to, because right starting here you've got a little road that you can go down, and it's not too bad. You'll get over to this side very quickly. The other thing is too is that this is such an open area, you don't have to hug like some of those maps, the edge of the maps. You don't have to hug any of these edge of maps and be worried about another Arty getting you. You can actually sit out in the open a little bit because you've got a hill in front of you that you can shoot over and pop a lot of these guys out through here. Now this does suck because majority of the fight's going to be in the city, and you need, you know, you're going to get fucked over because you can't shoot everybody in a city setting. That's why, just like the tank destroyers, I say to sit up over here, because you can see right down these roads pretty fucking you know, easily. You know, you can kind of curve it through there kind of thing, where if you sat out here you could see that there's, you know what, let me just erase some of these lines. If you set up right here, you could see that you're gonna have one road you can shoot down. That's it. Possibly down through here kind of thing. But I'm going to tell you this, the Arty the other day that I was playing with, I told him, I was like, hey, go sit up over here. He's like, you know what, I'll do. No. He started up right here. He got 2 hits. Okay? 2 hits. And he decided to finally move over here. I said, dude, you need to move over there. By the end of the game, he had about 6 hits. Because he moved over here. He's like, it was a lot easier for him. Plus, he's got open areas through here. You know, he was like, the one guy that actually took the flag from us was sitting right here, and if he was sitting right here, he would have killed the guy. You know, that would have helped me out on the T69 video. That would have been great. I mean, the guys did pretty well. They're still learning the maps and stuff like that, but that's the thing that sucks, is that you could be protecting the flag. Nobody else has to go to the flag. The Arty could protect it the entire time. They just need somebody to spot them here and there, and that's it. Anyways, the enemy Artys are, even if somebody else, I mean, if you're on this side starting off, I'm sorry, but it's really shitty the way they have Arty set up here, because really if you sit up here, you've only got that one spot right there to really shoot down. You can shoot in the open a little bit here and stuff, but really these buildings fuck you over. Even if you sit here, there's like a wall. Like if you sit here trying to even up with these guys, there's a wall here that fucks you over. There's this building that fucks you over. I believe this is an open area that you can shoot, but really it fucks you over on a lot of spots to be able to shoot at. This side is probably the best side to be on if you're going to play in this map. So alrighty guys, well that's the end of the map video. I know it wasn't as in-depth as some of our videos on these things, but to be honest with you, this map's going to change up. It's going to change up a lot from what I'm talking to you about. This is just how people are playing right now. You're going to have to learn to adapt with it, and possibly I'll make another video for it. But I'm going to tell you this right now, I've got a lot of things on my plate, and that's why I haven't even done one of these videos. This takes a lot of time for me to edit, probably about 3 hours to edit. Some of my videos take multiple hours to edit, and that's why like I didn't get the news set up the other day, because that one took me multiple hours to set up, and I just I couldn't do it. I just didn't have the time to be able to do it. So anyways, guys, we'll do some other maps next time. So but anyways, I'm WizardKen. See ya.